Garret, you got your sixth shutout of the year this year, or this season, broke your own record. Does something like that mean anything to you, or just more happy you're able to help your team get the win here today?
Well, I mean, shutouts are nice, but in games that require them, they're even better because that means that you got the job done for your team. Uh, yeah, I mean, just trying to play as well as I can down the stretch and prepare for the playoff run, and just try and stay as sharp as possible.
You had a pretty busy weekend, got the start on Friday, and then appeared in yesterday's game, and then another start today. By the third game of a 3-3, do you find yourself pretty much dialed in, or is there any sort of exhaustion that comes into today's game, or how did you feel out there today?
I mean, there's definitely fatigue associated with playing 3 games in 3 days. It was only a half a game yesterday, so it wasn't as much. But that's just the work that I've done all season. That's put me in a position to be able to play 3-3 if I have to, and I felt good today. A lot of what I do is based on the economy of my movement, so conserving energy is something that I feel like I excel at. So when I needed a little bit more, I always had a little bit more left in the tank.
I know there's still a couple weeks left in the regular season, but do you get the sense that the guys are starting to get antsy and get excited for the playoffs to get going?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to play hard down the stretch. We're not going to do ourselves any good taking the next couple games off. Obviously, Syracuse is hot on our heels, and we want to win this division, so I don't see any reason to take our foot off the gas here.
A lot of new faces the last couple of weeks. What's your impression been of them, I guess, in practices, and I mean, these college guys in Engvall?
Well, it's harder to get a gauge on them in practice. You can see, them from a raw skill perspective, but until you get into a man's game and see them compete against, guys that are bigger, stronger, and faster than they've ever experienced, you don't know what kind of player they are, right? So I've liked the way that these guys have come in and handled these games. I think they've been strong defensively, which is the most important part. The offense comes, but overall, I like what I've seen from these guys so far.
I was going to say, how do you think this room handles sort of bringing in new people as far as helping them adjust?
I've been here 5 years now, and we have always had a good amount of people arriving late in the season after their college and junior season. So this is nothing new here. These kids are getting their first taste of pro hockey, much like I did 5 years ago, and it's a bit overwhelming at times, but I think they've all done a really good job of just dialing it in and being on task when they're here.
Do you remember the first time you arrived here?
Oh yeah.
What did that feel like?
It's an eye opener, right? It's the first time you're playing with guys that are like 30 years old, and out of your age class, out of your weight class, and there's a little bit of catching up to do, but it has to happen at some point, and I think these guys are taking the challenge head on and just playing their game, and it's made them successful so far.
Does she give you an indication of what the goaltending situation is going to be like going into the playoffs?
No, I don't think that there's any need to even plan for anything like that. We have two capable goalies, and we're going to play whoever's winning games for us.
Seeing your partner get pulled like that, I'm sure you can resonate with that kind of feeling. Do you tell Calvin anything in support in that moment?
Well, I really didn't know what was going on. He let in 2 goals on 15 shots and had a little bit of a, whatever moment. But obviously the game yesterday wasn't going our way, and we were just looking for a spark. I don't think it had anything to do with him.
Thanks.
Can I say one more thing? I just wanted to say, I've had Pierre Greco here for a long time, and a lot of you may have heard of the tragic loss of Roy Pekanovsky this week, and he was one of Greg's longtime students, and Greg's had gotten him to the point where he was one of the best young goalies in the GTHL, and between me and him, we're just devastated with the loss. He said something to me prior to the game today about going out and doing it for Roy, and that's something that just resonated with me. He's a kid who put in a ton of work, loved what he did, and never got the opportunity to get to this point. So I just wanted to say, it's heartbreaking stuff.